Welcome back to the new Tri-State Defenders TSD Television. I am Burnell Smith, your host today, and I have another great guest, another great guest from Methodist Healthcare. We have the CEO of Methodist North, Gyasi Chisley.
Yes.
Gyasi, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Listen,
Thank you for having me.
I want to share this because this is important to me. This brother is not only is he a brother new to Memphis, but he's one of my fraternity brothers,
Indeed.
the great fraternity of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, man. So look, 06 to all the frat out there in TSD television land, and I'm happy to have you here. We're gonna talk a lot about your role with Methodist. Of course, you're the CEO of Methodist North, which is located in the Raleigh community of Memphis, a community that has been in transition and had a lot of things, but Methodist is firmly planted in that community, and we're excited about that. But more importantly, we're excited to have your leadership.
Thank you.
Your leadership there. So, how long now has it been since you've been CEO?
It's been about 15 months, Burnell.
Okay.
So, and everything has really predicated on a lot of teamwork, making a lot of the things happen, and executing our mission on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And you came here from?
Came here from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was in a similar role in Cincinnati, smaller institution,
Right.
but a similar role. And my entire background is in healthcare. So,
Wow, wow. So I mean, obviously, looking at your brother, you're a relatively young guy. So, in that role, to have the responsibility of leading a significant healthcare organization.
Sure.
I mean, talk about your background and what it's taking you to get to where you are.
Yeah, it's extremely humbling, first off, and I'm, I think, privileged and blessed and honored to be here in Memphis. I think Memphis has an enormous opportunity to really be one of the major cities in America again,
Right.
and really propel itself forward. So with that said, I have lived all over, and,
Right.
and that's given me, I think, some special insight,
Right.
endowed me with some special insight to share what I've learned and taken both good and bad from different cities and try to apply that here. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life through my journey, but trying to make sure that we implant and execute the mission of Methodist
Right.
wholeheartedly. So, born in Chicago, raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Okay.
and lived all over Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Miami, Florida, Cincinnati, as I mentioned,
Wow.
and now Memphis.
Okay, but where'd you get your where'd you get educated?
Yeah, so undergrad, Morehouse College,
Okay.
so in Atlanta, Georgia, and then I immediately matriculated into graduate school, so I got my MBA, MHA from the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor.
Oh, awesome, brother. Well, obviously that has led you now to be here in Memphis. And you got a great team out there. I want to give a shout out to Jonathan.
Yes.
He's another great alpha man.
Yes, he is.
And he's on your team. I guess you're sort of your right hand guy, your second in command.
He is
out there. But you also have an amazing team overall.
We do.
That are really doing some dynamic things. Share with us a little bit about your vision for Methodist North and sort of what your priorities are for 2015.
No, I appreciate that. So anchored by a wonderful team, as you mentioned, Jonathan is our COO. We have Florence Jones as our CNO, and then we've got a CFO in Rita Neely, and then our CMO is Dr. Karen Hopper. So a lot of things going on. Not just within Methodist, not just within North, not just within the market, but within the industry, which I know we'll talk about.
Sure.
So our vision for the future can be really predicated on our management principle, and it's an acronym called GAP.
Okay.
And Gap is not a cool store where you get jeans and a pair of jeans and a shirt, but it's more so an acronym that stands for growth, accountability, and pride.
Wow.
So we really want to make sure that we're growing, that at the same time we're holding not only our physicians and our associates accountable, but also the patients in the community that we serve accountable as well.
Wow.
And that's part of the Affordable Care Act.
Sure.
And then really instilling the pride, or bringing the pride back, reinvigorating the place, making sure that we've got the great service that we provide, that the facility matches that on a daily basis.
Awesome. And that's a tremendous vision, particularly relative to our community. That's part of the inner city of Memphis.
Absolutely.
And when you're talking about holding the community, if you will, accountable for healthcare outcomes.
Right.
You know, certainly that's a big part of it, because you know, you want to take care of people when they're sick, but you also want to make sure that they're making good decisions that help them have a healthier lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You know,
we're not just in the healthcare business or even the illness business. We're in the wellness business.
There you go.
So we're transitioning from that, and it's been a hard transition. I'm not even gonna mince words.
Right.
It's a tough transition, but we need the public's support in that, in making that transition, making that pretty much quantum leap, so that they are involved in their health care. And
Right.
if you come to Methodist North or any other Methodist facility, you will certainly be involved in your health care.
And that's a great transition to sort of my next topic or question, which is, you know, today as we speak, we're sitting on the heels of what some say was a very irresponsible, to put it lightly, decision made by a Senate committee and the Tennessee General Assembly, where they essentially killed the Insure Tennessee bill that was put forth by Governor Haslam. I spoke with your CEO
Yes.
of Methodist Healthcare last week.
Yes.
About that, had a great discussion about what Insure Tennessee would mean to hundreds of thousands of Tennesseans and about 67,000 people right here in Shelby County.
Yep.
Talk about what that means now that bill is not passed. I mean, what's the implication of that, and how would that impact your operation as you go forward?
Yeah, learning the news, obviously, today and somewhat last night about the decision, on a scale, I think, of 1 to 10, 10 being very, very disappointed.
Right.
I'm about a 12 or a 14. It would have really changed the face of healthcare in this state.
Sure.
300,000 statewide,
Right.
67,000, as you mentioned, here in Shelby. Another, you know, we haven't even counted up in Tipton, which is
Right.
another area, underserved area in which we serve.
Yeah.
Methodist North in particular, would have meant a ton to us to reinvest in our mission.
Sure.
And that's what we're all about as a non-for-profit healthcare institution, is making sure that we execute our mission each and every day. We write off millions of dollars of debt
Right.
each and every year.
Right.
And that's because we have a mission to serve the uninsured and underinsured.
Right.
So now with that said, we're going to have to get even more creative
Right.
on how we administer that care.
Right.
If this would have passed, we would have had more opportunity and more options for our public, particularly in the North Market,
Sure.
for outpatient services, for wellness business, to reinvest in our facility and to enhance equipment and things of that nature. Those are all things that we were really excited about, because it would really, really mean that the patient was at the center of everything that we do. Doesn't mean that that's going to change. It
Sure.
just means that now we're going to have to get a little bit more creative.
About how you serve that particular population. The interesting thing about it is, I mean, when the plan, in my estimation, appeared to be very smart. It didn't require any additional taxation on Tennesseans. Took advantage of federal law, the Affordable Care Act,
Yep.
And billions, literally, of dollars that could come into the state of Tennessee. And then with the hospitals basically filling in the gap. I can't see how a legislator can look at that and say, and find anything wrong with it. You know, and particularly when you look at the opportunity to serve more Tennesseans who truly are working their butts off,
Yes.
but just don't have it in the budget to be able to afford traditional health care.
These are not people that are, you know, sitting at home and watching TV, or as my illustrious boss, Michael Uwicki, would say, eating bonbons.
Right.
They're not doing that. These
Right.
are people that are actually working very, very hard, that are making decent wages, but still not in that sort of that gap between 138% of the poverty line and being qualified for Medicaid or TennCare.
Right.
So with that said, there's a lot of people in that gap, as we mentioned, and it would have sparked, I think, a new debate. And to your point, I think Governor Haslam was very conscious of that.
Sure.
Made it very responsible, putting the onus pretty much on the hospitals.
Sure.
Because we were funding the actual bill and the gap and the subsidy, and then putting some onus on the patient as well, like we talked about.
Right.
So I am not a politician, nowhere near.
Right.
I don't understand politics. This one makes me scratch my head.
Yeah.
And to your point, so there's a lot that I think we need to do to educate the public on why this was such an unfortunate and important decision.
Absolutely, and that's why in this week's edition we have a front page article that talks about the implications of it not passing.
Yeah.
But I think we're also I'm optimistic, and you can tell me your thoughts as to whether the bill may come back up and be reconsidered in some form or fashion.
I think it has to. I think, with Tennessee being one of 24 states that did not pass or accept Medicaid dollars or expansion dollars for Medicaid, I think it will. I mean, because we know the only other state in the South that has is a neighboring state, which is Arkansas. And we know that Arkansas has enjoyed a lot of success. Different kind of bill, because I think Governor Haslam put in some different provisions that would have helped this bill propel itself even more. But even with that said, on a limited basis, Arkansas has enjoyed a lot and reinvested a lot into patient care. Indiana, considering the same thing. The state that I came from, Ohio, expanded just before we left, and now they are enjoying a lot more engagement from not only patients but physicians as well as hospitals. So I think it will come up again. In what form or fashion, I think, will be the question.
Absolutely. Well, we got about a minute left. I know one of the things you told me about was you guys actually have your own television show that you're doing. Talk about that a little bit before we.
Just like the Tri-State Defender that has been, I think, an institution in this region for more than six decades. We have a responsibility, like the Tri-State Defender, to really promote our mission and break outside of the four walls of the hospital and really talk about what's going on in and out of healthcare. So Jonathan Watkins, as you mentioned, and I co-host a television show called I Heart My Health, and it appears on Channel 31, but even more so on YouTube. So it's very accessible via the internet, and it's something that where we're interviewing not only associates and physicians, but also interviewing influential community advisors and community stakeholders. So this is your formal invitation that you've got to come on and tell us a little bit more about what's going on and what your vision is for the Tri-State Defender.
Well, listen, I welcome that opportunity. I really look forward to engaging with you and Jonathan. I just want you guys to know that you have a real partner in your mission to improve. Part of our goal is we deliver information. We hope to inspire our readership and ultimately improve their quality of life. Elevate their quality of life. Information, inspiration, elevation. And so as part of that effort of elevating the quality of life, we want to make sure we have great partners, and we really consider Methodist healthcare, the whole system of network of hospitals, to be a great partner. So,
likewise.
Listen, I thank you for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Much love.
You as well.
Good luck, and just know that, man, we are here, and we're going to continue to work throughout the year, and we're going to invite you back. When other great things are happening, and look forward to it.
We are doing some great things throughout the year, reinvesting in the facility. So I would love to come talk to you about that. It's a lot of things going on, and
we may even come out and do some things on location. We can come out and actually, show some of the great work that's going on.
That'd be even better.
In the great neighborhood of Raleigh.
There you go.
Right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, TSD television viewers, look, we thank you again. Gyasi Chisley, CEO, Methodist North, great young brother here in the community. Go see them if you're out in that area. I promise you, you will be wowed by the level of service. We'll be back with you with a new edition of TSD Television. Until then, continue watching Information, Inspiration, Elevation, your Tri-State Defender.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.